Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Batcast, where I, Adam Upper, talk with Braydon Kenny to talk about Batman, the animated series. And this week's episode is Riddler's Reform. How you doing today, sir?
This episode passed up the golden opportunity of an episode title, Riddler's Rehab.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they probably the powers that be probably think of rehab as like drug related, so they probably didn't want to put that on there. So like, even though it's not really a drug reference, they're like, it's a drug reference, so we can't do it. Because they're kids. We like to show people beating up each other instead and robbing stuff. We can't. What we can't do is show drugs.
Why are you here, Edward? Why are any of us here, Cheryl?
Hook it to my vein. But yes, as I said, this is Riddler's. Fuck if I could talk. I would say this is Riddler's Reform. It is the 79th episode produced, and it's the 73rd episode to air, having it air September 24th, 1994. So, 94. This might be the year I started high school. It's either 93 or 94 is when I started high school. No, I graduated in 99. So yeah, so I guess 94 must be when I started high school, I think. So if I said before it was 93, so like, yeah, so 94, yeah. So I'll just be starting grade 9 and high school fucking sucked. So yeah, but I think I probably was watching this initially. So do you remember watching this episode initially when it aired?
Actually, I do. There's a couple scenes that stuck out to me from when I was rewatching this. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this in the original run. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll wait until we get to those scenes to bring them up.
Yeah, and yeah, I keep on getting at myself. Yeah. The teleplay is by Randy Rogel. The story is by Alan Burnett, Paul Dini, and also Randy Rogel, and directed by Dan Reba. Love it. Went
Rogo's a new
to
guy.
yeah. I don't think we've heard that name before. Yeah, so I wonder if he'll show up for a couple more episodes. Yeah, before we're done season 2 here. But yeah, I think I had seen this episode before as well myself, but I think I also like after watching it, going through, I think I was had a couple of the scenes I thought were from like the last episode, the Riddler episode where he was making the video game and whatnot and stuff. Like I
Hmm.
thought, yeah, like I like when we got to like the escape scene at the end. I thought that was all like one episode, but then when I was watching the last one, I was like, oh yeah, it's probably not. Well, yeah, it's probably this one that some of those scenes was. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of not conflated, but kind of merged the two episodes in my brain a little bit
I feel
because I
like
yeah
the less you like have a villain appear, the more
yeah
like chances are that like we're gonna amalgamate like our memories together because
yeah.
if it's something like the Joker, you know he appears all the time versus like the Riddler who's only showed up like maybe like four or
This is
five
like
times.
this is like what like the third Rippler, yeah, or third Riddler episode, I
The
think.
Riddler.
Yeah, yeah, it was like what the third, maybe the fourth Riddler episode, I
I'm
think
gonna say
maybe.
the third, yeah. I mean he has showed up in the background in a couple episodes,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, but this episode starts off with like yeah, like on the street, and there you see like a stack of newspapers, and like on the front page it has the Riddler's form, and at this point, do you think like a supervillain getting released from Arkham is front page worthy at this point in Gotham City?
I mean, with Gotham, it's like, what else do we talk about? But that's not what I take umbrage with. Okay. They said, and obviously he's like had a transition between like the last time we saw him, but the last time that we saw the Riddler, he was brain dead. His brain was fried by that VR machine. So it says like released on good behavior. Like good behavior, like he had no bodily functions. The man was shitting in a wheelchair. Like
Well, if the I just remember this is
Rip
comic
Van
books. So,
Winkle, by that extension, had good behavior. He was asleep. Like,
well, that's the thing. Just like the comic book stuff. So if they can come back from the dead, they can come back from being brain dead. So just let them fucking be in a corner, being a vegetable for a bit. Then he'll fucking snap back, and that's how health works. Like, come on, man. Like, we
oh
take
yeah,
your money, and they just kind of heal themselves till they don't. It didn't work, and they fucking do whatever and ship them off. So
yeah.
come on.
Approved. Sane.
Oh, come on.
Sane. He can't even talk.
Oh, come on. Oh, this won't come off. I'm sane now.
Yeah, so we have after that scene, yeah, like Riddler and a bunch of his like henchmen kind of unloading well, seemingly henchmen, they are henchmen, but yeah, they're unloading a truck shipment to this like loading dock, and he's like, "Be careful with it," and he's like got like a big box with a question mark on it, and Batman and Robin show up and start, kicking the crap out of the thugs. And they're like, "What are you up to, Nigma?" He's like, "Me? Whatever are you talking about?" It's like, Robin says, "Oh, come on. The last time you had one of these question mark boxes, you almost killed the commissioner." He's like, "I'm telling you, it's nothing." And all of a sudden, they get interrupted by this Monopoly guy looking dude in a white suit. He's like, "Hold it right there." And they say, like, "Do you have any idea who this guy is, sir?" Like, "Of course I do. He's my partner." Like, "What?" And that's when they realize, like, this is apparently Riddler's business partner. I think it's like Charles Baxter or something, like the head of Wacko Toys, which kind of an interesting choice of a name. I mean, they're this is the Animaniacs reference, but I'm like, I don't know. I think you might want to rebrand your company name there. Yeah, so he's like, "This is my partner, the Riddler, and like I've signed a deal with him. He's gonna help market like toys for me, and he's gonna make like billions." And like that man's like, "You made a business deal with the Riddler?" He's like, "Of course I did. You can't buy marketing that good." And I'm like, "Oh, wait a
Oh,
second
yeah,
here."
yeah, because you were saying like everyone knows who the Riddler is, yeah. So you can't buy a market thing like that, yeah. So
By that extension, it's like we're gonna make a toy line off of Ted Kaczynski. Like,
yeah, you've seen outside before. That's not outside the realm of possibility at this point. So,
yeah.
but I think they're operating on the sense of like any news is good news sort of thing on the in the aspect of like name recognition. So like, hey, like you've heard this name, so that means it will sell, even though he's a villain. But
Yeah.
again. Look outside. That's exactly what's fucking happening. So,
Very much so.
so it
When did
definitely,
our world turn into Black Mirror?
uh, it was
About
such a,
2016? Yeah, that sounds about right.
no, yeah, just like the again, like doing a separate reference, like it happened so casually, so gradually we didn't even notice.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like the frog in the hot water
that's
thing.
exactly what I was thinking.
Is what it is at this point.
Yep. Yeah, so the guy's like like he's here to help me like, make sell millions, and it's like the business deal of a lifetime, so back off or I'll charge you with harassment. And Batman and Robin are just kind of looking at each other like kind of like a kid stuck with their hand in the cookie jar. So what is going on here? And
And with this, do you think he was moving it at night on purpose just to fuck with?
I absolutely think so.
Just to set this up,
Yeah.
or it's just 100% force it happened. And he's like, move stuff during the day. What the fuck am I, a normal? Like, what am I, a normie? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'll
Think I
move
wear
shit
this
at
in the
night.
daytime? Like, yeah, that's the other thing. He's dressed in the Riddler costume. It'd be one thing if he was at like a press conference or something, or like later on he's at a party and it's like, of course he's gonna wear the costume. But it's like you're just doing like behind the scenes work. Like this is just his regular costume, regular clothes at this point. Do you even wash that thing? Like,
No, yeah, where he's like any other cartoon, you look at his closet and it's just like, like 15 of the same outfit. And it has like 15
Yeah,
bowler caps on the top and everything.
this is a straw hat. What is this crap? We
Oh yeah,
ran out of bowler hats.
wonder if he's like Iron Man and has like different like hats and stuff, or it's like a bulletproof hat, like a Kevlar hat, and like a Inspector Gadget like a helicopter hat sort of thing, or like one
No,
that has
the
like a
Riddler, he probably would.
or like has like a turret in one of them or something like that. And comes out and like has like a
Oh,
portal
a turd.
style
I
tornado.
thought you said a turd.
No,
Like
that's the next
shoots
one.
up.
You gotta be ready. You can't, if you gotta take a shit, you can't be just like squatting inside the corner and leaving some DNA evidence. Like you gotta just shit in the hat, all that, seal it up, and you just fucking take it
Riddler,
home and figure it out later.
Riddler gets bad diarrhea. He's just squat over the hat. Like, I got nowhere else to go.
I hope you made it like the TARDIS, so it's not all just like in that little fucking thing where like it could easily leak. That would suck.
Holy crap, that's good. That's friggin' good. Yeah, so the next scene is Wayne Manor where Bruce and Dick like Bruce is reading the newspaper and Riddler before they go like Riddler says here's one for the kid and he gives him this like it's like a white Rubik's cube
Yeah, it's like a
shaped
try.
pyramid.
Yeah, it's a like a pyramid Rubik's cube, basically,
Yeah.
but like all one color. And would you not suspect that it would, even though it probably doesn't? Yeah, wouldn't you think it would have a tracker in it? So it did like that would be like the last thing you want to do is like take something home that like
That's a very good point.
they like gave you. I'd be like, hey, we're going to take this home to the Batcave now, so you won't know where we are now. Like, yeah, that'd be your first like, no, I'm not fucking taking this shit.
Thanks for doing the legwork, Batman.
Yeah. So, like,
Well, that's the ironic part, and like this isn't spoiling like the main thing of the story, but like these toys, you'd think that like Riddler was like setting up like traps or something like in the toys, but no, they're actual toys. Like they're not like booby trapped or like like they're not like bombs waiting to go off. It's like they're
or
not even Riddler trophies. Like
yeah, or like yeah, or like the Batman Forever, where it's like where it's just like where it's
exactly.
real life VR, but it's really stealing your fucking thoughts and shit. Yeah, so
Yeah. I think that like the biggest reason like he wanted to do this toy thing was just he wanted to get on TV because like that's where it cuts to in that next scene is like a commercial of Riddler saying like hello Riddle Tykes, it's the Riddler and I'm here with your riddle, and he has like a blackboard and he writes like a bunch of numbers. It was like 317. I don't remember the exact number, but he has that and then quickly flips it around to show like a map of the world and says like if you can solve this one. Oh, one thing that he said before we cut to the rest of the commercial, when Batman was accusing him, I wrote it down. He said, what did he say? um Oh, when he was accusing him of like his past as a Riddler, is like, those were things of the past, Batman. Ancient history that's gone now. I'm a new man, but you probably won't figure that out until it's too late. And after that, we have
it's
a scene
not
of
suspicious at all.
yeah. After that, we have a scene of this like antique store that's broken into, and he's like, "You can't replace these. These are like antiques. Like they're like past items that don't exist anymore."
Like I think it was like a 800-year-old tapestry was one of them, I
Yeah,
think. And then every time I hear tapestries, I always think of Harrison Ford's like bad like whatever accent he was fucking
he was
trying to do.
Scottish
It was
apparently.
like in the 30 Indiana Jones movie, yeah, and I like the fact that it was the one time when the guy was like, that's a shit accent. You're not who you fucking say you are.
If you are Scottish lords, then I am Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, so it was like good, like because that's another voice thing I hate in movies. Like if you can't do the fucking accent, just do a Hunt for Red October and just don't or just kind of say like, hey, do a thing and why he has like the weird fucking accent and just
Oh,
the normal
Shvedanga,
accent.
you son of a bitch.
Yeah, like I would rather them just use the regular voice and have like a line of dialogue being like, "Hey, I've been in this place for a very long time, so that's why I don't have the accent of like my normal accent or whatever the fuck or what." Because bad accents take me out of the movie so bad.
Yeah, big time.
But also too, but it always makes you think of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Yeah, like you've seen that before, yes?
Yeah, but what in regards to what accent? Like,
Like Bullseye's like Colin Farrell. Like when I first watched that, I was like, that is a terrible, terrible Irish accent.
you know he's
Not no,
actually Irish, right?
I at that point I knew like Colin Farrell was, and I had only seen him in movies. I hadn't seen anything else. So I was like, hey, like so like you hear him talk, so you assume, yeah, you automatically assume he's American or whatever. So
Mhm.
then years later, like I moved in with a girlfriend, and I always fucking stay up late, so it's fucking like think I was playing that GTA 3 on my computer and had like so we had like the movie network for free for the month because we just got the cable and whatnot. So it's like so I think I had the Recruit was on with him in it. Right, I think that's the one he was like going to like the FBI or the CIA or some shit, and like and within Movie Network at the after the movie's done, they always do like interviews with like the cast and crew and whatnot, sort of thing. So like yeah, the movie had done, and I was just playing, so I just let it go to the next thing, and then all of a sudden I hear the actors talking, and all of a sudden I hear this somebody talking with an Irish accent, and like it being like yeah, me in the movie. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And looked over and I was like Colin Farrell. I'm like, oh, that wasn't an accent. That's just his fucking voice. But I imagine he was probably may have been playing it up a little bit. But I was like, oh, that was the one time I was like, oh, that's not a shitty accent. That's just his voice.
Are you suggesting that the man in an alligator skin leather coat with a shaved head and a bullseye marked into it was playing it up?
So yeah, so I was so I was like, oh, okay, I feel like a dumbass now for for thinking that was a like not
Oh,
his actual
dude,
voice.
the ballerina is coming out right. Well, it's in theaters right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
at the time of this recording.
I saw it opening weekend. Yeah.
The reason I bring that up, for the longest time in my life, I thought Angelica Houston was British because she did the accent so well. And then I found out not only is she American, she's the sister of Danny Houston.
Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting. I always forget what his name is. So like every so I was like, it comes up. I'm like, oh yeah, that
That
is his.
guy,
I'm like, yeah, he's definitely that guy. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah,
Discount William Stryker.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I feel so bad for him in that role because like he does a good job in that movie, like for like the quality of the movie in itself. But it's like
yeah,
the entire time everybody's going, this should be Brian Cox. Come on, like
100%. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That entire movie was fucking balls. But
yeah.
remember being in college, like when the almost cut was done, like that work in progress cut of the movie was done. So I figured the person I was seeing, we downloaded one night we were watching, and we were just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then we watched it. Then I watched it when I was done, and it was basically the same thing. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's just finished graphics, and this is shit. But I
It's
like the
okay. We'll
fact
put
that
a Deadpool cameo in there. People will be talking
oh
about it for years.
but I like the fact that like, it was interesting to see like some of the stuff that they would do like in the working print and stuff because I always make me think of the scene where Sabretooth goes to the school to get like a young
Cyclops.
beamed Cyclops. Yeah, I was why the fuck did I blank on Cyclops for? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, and he was in school and stuff, and he was like tapping on the window. And like you see it like that. I don't know why they fucking went with this in the movie, but like hey, he was able to like grow his nails out like the fucking Meg and Family Guy.
That's
And,
exactly what I was thinking the whole movie. I'm like,
and
he's Meg.
yeah, so yeah, and like and obviously like the finished cut you see the CG'd where they kind of grow out or it's like longer or whatever, but they kind of had this like MS Paint like things just like nails here or something or whatever is that sort of thing. So it's
He's got
yeah.
slack on his nails.
Yeah, so it's interesting from like I've probably made mention of that. Like I work in TV, so and whatnot. So it was
So you
interesting.
know what looks like shit.
Yeah, no, it was just it was interesting to see like how they work on stuff and whatnot and mark it up. So it was so in that aspect it was interesting to see, but it was a fucking even the finished product was a fucking terrible movie.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing I remember the most about that is like the scene where like after was it Solo or what the fuck the Asian guy in the movie,
Oh,
what the
Agent
fuck.
Zero, yeah.
Agent Zero, that's it. Yeah. So I was thinking Solo, but I was like, that's not right. So but I couldn't think of
Another
Agent
bad
Zero.
movie.
Yeah. And yeah. So like so after like he's at the farm and kills like the tool people that help out Wolverine, and he runs back up to the helicopter and just fucking jumps and does that weird yeah, because his powers in that movie are undefined.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so he's running and just fucking is able to jump into the helicopter from the ground, and then my partner was like, "What the fuck is his superpower? Being fucking awesome?"
Yeah, he's literally
Like,
like his he's the mutant power of a stunt man. Like
yeah. So it was like, what the so it was like, what the so every time I think of it, I mean, that's like the first thing I think of it, and they're totally right because like, what the fuck, like, because like I said, like his powers are 100% under like, and think I've read a couple Weapon X comic books, and I still don't have no idea what his actual fucking power mutant powers are.
yeah.
To be honest,
It's the Fox verse. They yeah, insert Fox joke here.
it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I was glad they're able to fucking. I know a lot of people don't like the Deadpool Wolverine movie, but like it was fun. Like you don't need like a fucking masterpiece, like a written masterpiece for those type of movies. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
So where do we leave off? Oh yeah, so when Riddler was kind of talking about like things are like my thing was my criminal career is a thing of the past. I'm a new man. So one thing Bruce notes when he's watching the newsreel is the name of the store is Newman. And so he like kind of it's funny because like he's on the right track, but like he's kind of like looking at Robin like a crazy man, like, don't you see? Think of the past, Newman, new
yeah,
man. And like
yeah.
Dick's kind of like humoring him, like, okay, like yeah,
No,
sure, like
no, I think he was going on through it, but like they might play out like he was seemed like he was reaching for it
yeah,
instead of being like putting clues together that weren't there.
yeah. Like how do I play it up like, like this is my boss, so like I don't want to piss him off. Like plus I live here. Like yeah, so he's like he's the one who stole it. So then he looks at the numbers and writes it on the screen and writes it down. And he says like, "Do you know what those are, Robin?" He's like, "Those are like, coordinates or something." And
Yeah, there's like
he
eight numbers. Yeah, so they're trying to figure out like what has that. And there's like map coordinates have eight numbers, even though
yeah,
they didn't say anything else
yeah.
before
So
then.
he takes out a map of Gotham and he's like, like, do you see what this points to? It's like the financial district, and he's got this smug like look on his face, like I solved the riddle without Robin or Alfred's help, and it's like, did you?
Yeah. Then Robin points and he's like, "Hey, what's that building right in the middle there?" And he's like, "It's the First National Bank." And it's like, it's never the Second National Bank. It's always the first.
Unless you're Two Face.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Then because I just watched that the review recently, it made me think of Wayne's World 2 at the
Yeah,
end where he's trying to get Cassandra back from Christopher Walken or whatever,
yeah,
and they say he ends up going to like the like the church, like the second whatever church that's like across the street from the first one where they actually get married. Does Cassandra banging on the glass and stuff.
what an asshole.
What the fuck?
You punk, you crazy punk.
My girlfriend's in there.
Hey, a lot of people's
His
girlfriends are in
girlfriends are
there.
in there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he says like we're gonna stake out the First National Bank and basically like wait for the Riddler. and that's when he's like, kind of waiting. And Robin's like, he should have. They're waiting in the rain, so like they're like just drenched in water, and it's like Robin's like, he should have been here by now. Like we've been
Yeah,
waiting like 3 hours.
yeah, it's like it's 10 o'clock now. You should have been here by now.
Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock. Like that seems early for a robbery by
Yeah,
Gotham
yeah,
standards.
yeah, exactly. They should have gotten there at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, keep on talking for a second. I need to fix this.
No, it's all good. I'll give you a minute. Yeah, but yeah, so he's like I don't understand. Like why isn't he here? And that's when he remembers that Riddler flipped the screen. So he's like, he flipped it over. It's like, yeah, like I mean, like that is kind of like it is kind of staring you in the face, but just enough. Like I admire the writing in this episode because it's like very interesting kind of clues kind of hidden in plain sight because he turns the thing upside down, that the piece of paper that has the coordinates, and
Yeah,
it kind of
because he looked at like next door, and the guy, there was like some shop, and he turned the open sign to close, and then that's where we remembered that the it was like a flippy board thing or whatever sort of thing you
oh
see
yeah,
like
yeah.
see in like old school classrooms or whatever. Yeah.
So when he flips it over, it just vaguely, it kind of like when you're this is the immature child in me, kind of
Yeah,
like when he spelled boobs in a calculator.
yeah,
It's
yeah. They
like
turned it upside,
10
turned it upside
Leslie
down.
Street.
Yeah, yeah. I was just as you started that. That's right. I didn't think of it before, but like Susie started going, I was like, "Yep, boobs." So it makes me think of that. Yeah, that one meme where it's usually like the Konami code, and then it's like Star Wars, and it's like it's an older code, but it checks out, and it's like but it's like the calculator flipped upside down with boobs, and it's that. And it's like it's an older code, sir, but it checks out. Like, yep.
That's what happens when you spend so much time doing a podcast. Everybody starts to figure out like what the other guy's thinking.
Yeah, no, and then also it makes me think of like teachers like back in our day would be like, yeah, you're not going to carry a calculator in your pocket, so you need to learn how to remember your multiplication tables, and now everyone has a calculator in their pocket with a phone.
Research says that was a lie. Yeah, so he's like 10 Leslie Street, like that's on the other side of town, and we're just picturing like Robin or Batman, like as he's like running on the rooftop saying, "Remember when Gordon asks where we were, this is somehow your fault."
This is all you had. That's a real reason where he picked up a award so that if he had done something wrong, he'd be like, it was a fucking kid, man. Like he's
Blame it
13.
on
Come
the
on.
youths.
Don't blame on me for hiring the fucking underage workers, but like it's still the kid's fault.
Yeah. I've always loved how like I obviously like he's in like college, but like we saw in like the Robin's Reckoning thing, like he essentially became Robin when he was like 12 or 13, or even like Tim Drake, who's like clearly younger. Like the first day that Robin showed up at like the bat signal with Batman, Gordon's got to be like, are you really expecting me to be cool with this? Like, like you're a
Or
grown man. This is a child.
or the first fight, there's a bunch of thugs. He just shows up and they stop me like, the fuck is he doing there? Like you're fine. Like you make sense, but what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and you're calling me the bad guy? Like, and why is he dressed in colorful, like color scheme?
Yeah, what
I
the fuck
think
are
you
those
want
colors,
him to
man?
get shot. No, I mean, no.
Yeah, that was one of the things I liked in the what was it, the Batman 1000 book or whatever. Like they did a bunch of smaller stuff, and one of them was like the Kevin Smith story where like there was like a pawn shop for like criminals and stuff and whatnot, and like had like rare like items like for like in around the world, and ended up having the gun that killed the Waynes, because
Oh
obviously
no way.
because no one knows that yeah, that Wayne is Batman and whatnot. So he dresses up in as one of his disguises and goes and buys it and like melts it down and has it like as like a armor uh, piece like over his like chest for his like his heart, and like it talks about like that's why he has like the bat symbol big on his chest is big and yellow, so that yeah he has like armored and
Okay.
kind of it kind of draw fire sort of thing, so it kind of touches on that. So that just kind of made me think of that.
I love how like we've gone so like deep, like it's like Batman started, like we have to justify everything, like right down to like why he has pointy ears. Like, no, there's an antenna in there. Like,
Yeah, no, or just know they just yeah, be gone for so long. You need a new story, so like you need like what hasn't been explained yet.
yeah. So where do we go from here? Oh yeah, so like as like Riddler's thugs are like robbing this like store on the other side of town at 10 Leslie Street. They're like, he's not here yet, sir. And he's like, he should be. Maybe he's slipping. He's like, oh well, I've got elbows to bump with. So Riddler is at this party hosted by his business partner, and he says he's like talking to the people, and he gives his partner the Rubik's Cube pyramid thing. And he's like, I don't understand, Enigma. How do you solve this silly contraption? And he's like, oh, it's easy. You just have to be a genius. And he like solves it in seconds. And everybody starts laughing. And he's like, yeah, that's a smart thing to do. Mock your business partner publicly.
Well, how else am I supposed to show that I'm kind of smarter than everyone else, or I think I am at least?
Yeah. And one quick thing here, and I confirmed this in the production notes because I'm like, am I hearing things or not? As the partner says, like, we're going to be selling millions across the country. And all of a sudden, Riddler's eyes light up, and you hear a slight boing nose in the background. And it's this attractive woman saying, like, who's the guy with the big brain? It's like, who, me? And I was like, I looked at the production notes, and yeah, sure enough, there is a boing sound effect there. Like, ah.
It's like like a girl has never paid attention to me before. I wonder what this means.
Yeah. Means you have money, sweetheart. Like,
Or the one that or the center of attention for the night. Yeah, so
center of erection. Yeah. So,
I'm not sure like the Riddler would know what to do with a girl if they fucking one fell on his lap. So
that's the riddle no man can solve. So yeah, he's like all of a sudden getting like smitten with like women like coming out to him. It's like Mr. Riddler, what do these things do? And she's got like I thought they were earrings at first, but they're like these red
yeah.
Kinder egg looking things that turn out to be like walkie talkies.
Actually, no, they look like the like a small pokeball.
Actually, yeah, that's even better. Yeah, it just looks like Pokeballs. Yeah, well, that was my original thinking to hear is like what's he gonna do with these toys? Is it gonna be like the Riddler trophies in the Arkham games? Like I'm gonna scatter them all over the place. It's gonna be like Pokemon Go, except people are gonna get more pissed off. It's all right. The reward is if you find them all, you beat the shit out of me.
I never understood the Pokemon hate because it actually got people playing video games to actually go outside. So like, so it's just I thought it was just the thing to for everyone to fucking complain about for the couple of weeks when it was popular.
Well, I think the biggest thing that was getting on people's nerves is when like there'd be like a rare Pokemon or something that I really want to catch, and it would be in some random person's backyard. So it's like they're walking into like it's like please get off my property. Like I don't know if this is true or not. I'm curious to know if it is, but there was even a rumor that one of the places that they tried to like go to like to get a Pokemon was like a nuclear fallout site like Chernobyl or something. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah. So yeah, so he's like one of the girls is like, you're adorable. And he's like he's putting on his Rizzler persona. And one of the guys who's there says, excuse me, sir, you have a phone call. And he's like, oh, excuse me, ladies, business never sleeps. And he goes into this like back office and he looks in the mirror, and I just love like John Glover's like performance, like, You're adorable.
I forgot he was the voice here.
Lex, son. That's a Talkville reference if you guys are wondering. Check out that podcast too. It's friggin' awesome. And yeah, so as he's on the phone, he's like, hello, hello. And that's when he realizes there's no one there, but Batman's like snuck into the office. He's like, adorable, huh? And he's like, oh, I don't believe you were invited. It's like, do I look like I used the front door? Like,
Or do look like I need an invitation? I let myself in.
yeah. I basically own half this city. What? Nothing.
It's actually 95%.
Yeah. That's another thing. If Bruce really wanted to like put a stop to this, all he has to do is buy the toy company and like force Riddler out of the deal. Like, but no, he can't do that because then he has nothing to do.
Yeah. I think he doesn't want to do too many hostile takeovers because it might seem like slightly suspicious. People will start
Yeah.
looking into people might start looking into him and pull a Batman Begins at the end, where a dude's like, "Do you not recognize this shit? Like Batman's driving around in your tank." Like,
I think it's more to the fact that Bruce wants to spend less time in the office. He needs an excuse to not do. It's like, Bruce, just go golfing. Like, go golfing, play pickleball, do something. Like,
yeah. Like, the Lucius is in this series a lot less than I remembered. I thought he was like showed up more, but apparently not. Yeah. So
I will
so yeah,
go on a limb here and say that the only reason people really know who Lucius Fox is because of Morgan Freeman.
100%.
So yeah, he's like, I'm on to you, Enigma, and he's like, oh, me? He's like, what do you think I'm doing? He's like, you're up to your old games. Like you've got a riddle here somewhere. Where's the riddle? Like I was just picturing him tearing it apart, like going crazy. Like, and there's like, oh, maybe you're just paranoid. Maybe you're seeing shadows on the wall or something. And meanwhile, he's like got the Pokeball like radio thing he's using to like broadcast like the audio to like the party outside. And then he presses a button and the door, the wall of the room actually retracts. It's like, wait, why would he like randomly have a wall that like, does his partner just like, I don't remember this being part of the operating budget. Like, and like everyone sees him and he's like, see, my new surprise guest, it's Batman. He's here because he doesn't have a clue. And they start laughing at him.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was going to mention this later on the episode. Like, do you think like all the supervillains have like general contracting like skills, or who do you think they like hire out to like build all their shit?
So fun fact, there is a character in the comics who's like kind of like a retcon to that. I think they're called the Carpenter or somebody. And like basically all their entire job is that they like build supervillain lairs.
And like general contraption maker or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. The thing is though, you put down a deposit and then you wait like 3 months for them to actually show up. They show up for a little while and then they have to piss off and do something else.
I was like, come on, I'm all backed up. Like, I have like this fucking like 12-foot coin to fabricate for Two-Face. I got the fucking a bunch of like jumping teeth to make for Joker, and a bunch of fucking stupid Riddler trophies for the Riddler. Like, what the fuck do you want, Croc? Like,
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make ice not melt in this city in the Western Hemisphere?
do you know how many trick umbrellas I need to fucking make this week?
And he
Like,
wants
that guy goes
seals
through
in there too.
that guy goes through so many fucking trick umbrellas. He just brings them with him and just forget. Like normal people, he forgets his umbrella somewhere. Then it's one of the ones that actually has like a gun or fucking smoke in it, like gas in it. Like, come on, man. Like, gotta have a better memory, man. Super villainy is like a young man's game. You can't forget shit around.
So yeah, Riddler's like yeah, like basically like leaving Batman to be laughed at by the people. And Batman's like kind of he's just kind of standing there like well, this is gonna turn tables on you, Riddler, because you can't give up the game you have against me. You're addicted. And it's like, I think that's the pot calling the kettle black there, Bruce.
He's like, I know because I recognize that behavior because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Projecting, what's that? So yeah, he's like, you'll never be able to stop. You can't help yourself. And then like there's a thunderclap and a flash of lightning and he's gone. And all the people are like, oh, it's like it's Batman. Like you guys should know this by now. Like and Riddler's just kind of standing there in silence as he like kind of lets the words sink in. And later on, we have him talking to his goons, and they're like, "Why are you so down to the dumps there, boss?" And he's like, "Don't you see? He's right. Like I can't stop it. I'm never going to be able to stop doing riddles and stuff." And it's like. They say, but you'll be able to fool everybody. Or I forget what the thug says that like pisses him off, but he's like, I've been able to fool everyone. I've fooled the police. I fooled my lawyer. I fooled the parole board, the people at Arkham. Like, you fool the people at Arkham. That's a low bar, dude. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, at this point, do they think they're just like, yeah, whatever, rubber stamp, or do they actually like, I actually pay attention? They're
I'm
like,
gonna
oh,
say
yeah,
there aren't even staff. I think it's just like people just like it's probably just like Jervis has like hypnotized people into thinking they're doctors.
or like, as the fact is like, oh, he's been here for 3 months. He didn't escape. Okay, I guess he's fixed.
Yeah,
Fixed.
that's good behavior. Like, he just played the waiting game.
Like I need the time for my next scheme to kick in. So like, what the fuck? I get three squares and a fragging shower every 3 months, 3 weeks. So like, what the hell?
Yeah, so he's like, what does he say? Um, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, he's like, Batman's right. He'll never be able to stop. And he's like, I have to, figure out a way to beat him. And they're like, but you don't want to go back to Arkham. He's like, no, I don't want to go back to Arkham. He says, there's only one thing left to do, the final riddle, or something to that effect. And I forgot to mention, back when Robin and Batman were like taking care of the thugs back in the jewelry store. One of the like display cases falls on like Robin's leg and like breaks it. Like Robin's reflexes are really like Robin is not having a good like track record lately.
I can't tumble anymore. My ankle's toast.
That's okay. They just like takes a shotgun and takes him out back. Like, they're going to the glue factory, Robin. Like you mean like the dog that you told me went to the glue factory? Yes, exactly. That's why you don't see Ace the Bat Hound.
Wait, why are you telling me? Why are you telling me about the rabbits?
That's good. That's great. Now I'm picturing John Malkovich as Robin. Well, you see, Batman. I want to revenge my parents' I sound like Woody Allen now. Like,
Yeah, dude,
okay,
yeah, no,
I can do impressions. Apparently, Malkovich is one I gotta work on.
yeah, that's why I think. What is it like? What is it? The interview with like him and like I think it's Bill Hader. And he say that he's like doing his Malcolm impression, and he's like, he's like, I'm John Malkovich. I can't do it, so I'm not going to try. And he's like, then John Malkovich is like, that's not what I sound like at all. And then he's doing it. And then
Yes,
Hader's
you
doing it.
do.
He's like, yeah, he's just like, yes, you do. It was
Sounds
so funny.
exactly like this.
Yeah,
There you go. I got there in the end.
yeah. It takes. I think it takes a bit to get to nail.
Oh boy. I gotta watch Being John Malkovich again.
Yeah,
Malkovich.
I'm not 100% if I actually watched that movie, to be honest.
You know what? It's one of those movies. If you watch it, it's a good romp, but at the same time, if you never watch it, I don't think you're gonna be crying sleep. Like,
I feel it probably it's probably mostly in line with my kind of weird, but I don't know. I was never. got it. So, but I think it's one of the ones that shows up every so often. I'd imagine. So I might if
There you
it
go.
shows up there. So if it does, I might try and see if like if it's like times where I'm like not working midnights or afternoons, I'll try and go.
The
So
best part of the movie, without spoiling anything, is when John Malkovich goes inside John Malkovich's head. And I'm not telling you at all what happens. So yeah, as like Bruce and Dick are kind of like sitting there. Well, Bruce or Dick's in a like a uh holy crap, I'm blanking on it. On a crutch, in a cast.
yeah.
Yeah, that medical stuff. He's like, well, we got to figure out like what the Riddler's up to, and like he has a oh yeah, Riddler's doing another commercial, and I forgot about these because this jogged a thing in my memory of like Riddler doing the commercial because I remember like when he's like say advertising to the camera. And there's this kid with like the white pyramid. He's just smacking it on the ground. It's like, don't do that, you little brat. You're gonna break it. Like, yeah. So he's
Not like that, you little shit.
yeah. Like, do you want us to cut, Eddie? No, no, of course not. We're doing this in one take. I am the Scorsese of toy commercials.
I am one take Riddler. One take.
Yeah. Screw the Joker. That has nothing to do with the toy line. I know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Yeah, so he I forget what he says, but like he says something about like don't you want to be a kid again? And like okay. The moral of the commercial is that he's telling Batman to go to the toy convention. So Bruce is like, of course, the toy convention. So he dresses up as Batman and goes alone because of course Robin's like benched for the next little while. And so what's funny enough is okay, one thing when he's like going through the toy convention, of course there's like random things there, like like toy guns and like all that stuff. But then like he walks by a glass tank of water that like a mannequin inflatable Riddler like shoots. And it says like the Harry Houdini's Revenge on the back like wall. And it's like you're making a toy line out of like the Houdini water tank? Like what kind of hey kids, here you can drown your bullies in real time. Like
No, no, yeah, like, yeah. It's advertised strictly to Hugh Jackman.
there you go. Yeah. I wondered if you were gonna get a prestige reference in
Yeah,
there. There you go.
yeah. I was trying to think of like the best way to think of that. So I was like, oh, that's the best I can
Yeah.
do. But yeah, I've probably mentioned on it before. I think that's my favorite Chris Nolan movie.
Yeah.
Is that one? It's fun. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely like a bit of a bummer movie, but I really like it. It's
It's
so
really
good.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that like back when they were filming that because like this they made that movie just after Batman Begins.
Yeah.
People thought that that was him filming like originally people thought that that was him like secretly making the sequel to Batman Begins because Christian Bale's in it, Alfred's in it. So
Yeah.
what they thought was that Hugh Jackman was going to play Harvey Dent and David Bowie was going to play the Joker.
I'd be down for Bully as the Joker, but not dissing Hugh Jackman, but I don't see him as Two-Face.
No, I don't.
It could in
It would
theory
be
it
a
could work.
different take, that's for sure.
Yeah, like in theory it could work, but yeah, but just as like I'm saying, I don't. Yeah, I see it, but yeah, I guess it could work, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I remember like I saw that movie when I was in college, and like I wasn't able to smoke pot in my apartment, which is fine. So like I had a buddy that was lived in like the floor above us. So like while I went up, like I came out from school and like I called him up and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I come up and do a couple?" He was like, "Yeah." Frank came up and he was like already like
You're roommated with the Riddler?
and he was
We've established he's a 420 guy.
so he was like halfway through the movie, so like it sat down and started, and it was like at the scene where like Hugh Jackman and David Bowie were talking. He was like talking about him building the machine for him. And he's like, "Do you know what the cost is?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I have a fortune, so I can pay whatever it costs." He's like, "No, like, do you know the cost?" And it was at that scene, so I just watched from that scene onwards, and he was like, you might want to, hey, bro. He's like, I'm already like halfway through this movie. You might watch this. Hey, watch it to see the end. I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll whatever. And then I watched it, and I was like, I have zero idea what the fuck is going on. And
It's
this was
almost
like on
like
a
you were
Friday.
high.
Yeah, well, no, it was even before that because I was already watching the movie as I before we started. Yeah, so then I was like, yeah, so on a Friday, so I was like thinking about like the rest of the Friday and the Saturday. So I went, yeah, like the convenience store next door had like a small movie section, a rental section. So I went and rent that just to watch it because I was like, I wonder what the fuck was going on in that movie. Like, it looked good, but I had zero context of what the fuck was going on. So I'm like, so even though it was kind of spoiled for me, I was like, this means nothing to me, so I have no idea what the fuck this means. But then I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely a good movie.
Just remember, Nolan's version of context is like
Yeah.
the context of an ink blot test. Like,
Well, yeah, this is like, still like him. You're still like in the midst of his like making movies and stuff. So like, so I think, what the Batmans and Memento were like his big movies were that night. I don't think at this point I had seen Memento. I think, I'd probably seen it around this time, but I probably hadn't watched it yet at this point. I don't think. So it
mhm.
was probably shortly after that I was like, I need to watch more of this movie, but I still need to watch was it The Following or whatever? It's like his first like big movie.
Oh, I think that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
The one before Insomnia.
yeah, or Memento. Sorry, I
Yep.
think yeah. So, but wait, did he do Insomnia too?
Yep.
Actually, yeah, I need to. Yeah, I only think I saw the movie like when it first came out. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the Robin Williams one, right?
Yeah, and he's a really good villain in
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah. No, that's what they always say. Like that, yeah, comedians really can do like not comedy, can do drama really well. So
Hmm.
they usually don't get the chance to or whatever. So but yeah, I need to watch the movie again because I probably saw it when it came out, and so I probably wasn't as good as a movie watcher then. So I definitely need to watch the movie again. I think so. I need to
It's definitely worth a rewatch. I
yeah,
can tell you that.
and what was it? Was it Pacino or De Niro that was in that?
Oh, it's Pacino.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep here in Alaska.
I need the sun. I need a great sun.
Oh, there's a double entendre. I just want to be a dad. If anything, you're being a dad too late in your life, there, Al. Yeah. So yeah, Batman's like in front of the water tank is getting shot out, and then he throws a batarang at the Riddler. Think it's the Riddler at least, and it turns out to be like a balloon. And so when the thing like deflates, it like points the finger towards a big box. And I don't recall if the box had a question mark or not. I'm gonna assume it did because it's the Riddler, but if not, like that's the Riddler really chancing on the finger pointing in the right direction. So I'm just gonna go with it. It had a big question mark on it because yeah, it's this giant like it's even bigger than the last TARDIS sized one that you saw in the What Is Reality episode, and it's like a got like a Jack in the Box look, and like he's like he winds it up, and all of a sudden like it like comes apart, and it's this giant TV. And I forget what Riddler says when he like appears on the screen, but he's like, you know, it's time to end this, Batman, or something to that effect. And then he's got a sign that says "Look up," and Batman looks up, and there's like a giant thing of dynamite. It's like right above him, like a chandelier. And he says, like 10, 9, 8, and like all of a sudden, like all the windows and doors start locking, and Batman's just like, "Oh shit!" Realize what's about to happen, and we don't see like what happens on the inside. It cuts to like the outside for like the last 2 seconds, and then you just see an explosion. So you're gonna assume, of course, you're half assuming that Batman was stuck inside or got hit by the blast. But then you remember what the name of the show is. So
Wait, wait, what is it again?
yeah, Uh, the series of animation.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, Man Bat. So that we and I remember this scene from when I was a kid of Riddler burning like the mask and like the costume. He's like, "It has come to an end," like I'm leaving behind this chapter of my life. And I'm just thinking like, okay, obviously Batman's not dead, but even if you had killed him, we know that Riddler's not going to give up doing riddles. He's
Yeah,
just going to look for someone else to, be the Sherlock to his Moriarty.
yeah. That's more of a Joker thing, really. I think that if Batman's not around, then he's like, oh, what the fuck's the point then, sort of thing.
But that's more Joker to Batman. I think for
Yeah,
Riddler, it's like I
yeah,
need someone. Like
or he's just like, hey, I just need to prove that I'm smarter than everybody,
exactly.
and at the point, it just happens to be Batman. So like, I wouldn't, I definitely didn't feel like Riddler there for a second. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, he's like just talking with his thugs, and he's like, well, at least Batman's gone, and all of a sudden a batarang like hits like the mantle in front of him, and he sees Batman like standing there who like takes care of his thugs and like knocks a gun out of Riddler's hand. He's like, How could you have, like survived that blast? And he's like, Tell me. He's like, It's impossible. And Batman says, I'm not telling you. No, 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 no. So Riddler says, All right, I'll tell you what you want to know if you'll tell me what you want to know. Or something to that effect. And so he says, You mean like where you put all those stolen items? He's like, Not only will I tell you where the stolen items are, I'll tell you how I committed the crimes. Deal? And Batman's like, Nope. And all of a sudden he realizes he's got the Pokeball radio and says, Did you get that, Gordon? And all of a sudden Gordon and the cops like rush into the room. And Riddler's like, Shit.
But
And
then that's where he just starts. He's like, but how did he do it? I need to
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I do it. I obviously like there's the kids that are gonna want to know because like I think that's the only reason why they would have done it. It would have been funny if like they never showed us if they kind of did it like the like Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock with like he fakes his death and he gives you like three explanations, but he never confirms whether it was one of those or something entirely different.
Oh yeah,
Like it's just
that
like
was a thing.
yeah. And so it cuts to Bruce and Dick with Alfred at Wayne Manor. And Dick's like, But how did you survive the explosion? And Bruce is like, Well, I had 10 seconds to, like do something. So I had nothing left to do but just jump inside the safe. And there happens to be a safe there with the banner over it saying the safe. Like, why is there a safe in this toy? It'd be
Yeah,
one thing if it was like a safe, but it's like just standing there like a
but
museum piece.
but that was like what the stuff was. And initially, when he first got there, he opened it to that started off the whole thing, wasn't it? I thought.
No, it was just like
No,
a piece on the archives.
no, I'm fairly certain it was part of the like the thing initially. That's where Batman got the whatever that started off the whole TV thing and whatnot. I thought no.
Oh, maybe I don't know. I have
Yeah,
to rewatch that part
yeah,
because I don't
open safe.
remember seeing like a Chekhov safe in the background, but maybe it was there.
Yeah, and even if he was did a bit of a contortionist, yeah, it's just coincidental that the safe is as big as it is.
Yeah,
Because I have
I'm
a
very flexible.
because I also do have a safe, but it's definitely not. I can't. Even if I was flexible, I wouldn't be able to fool myself to contort into that. Really, so.
Yeah, I learned this trick from Ragman or Ragdoll, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, shit. That was a character on Arrow.
Yeah. So he says, or Dick says, "Wow, I would have never thought of that." And Batman's like, "That's why you're out of commission for the next month. That's why
Or
you got
like
the friggin' cast on."
no, he said like and neither would the Riddler.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just has like a cup of coffee or tea or whatever, and just kind of holds it up. Yeah, so
Yeah,
and
and then we have
that
the Riddler in Arkham who's just like screaming in the middle of the night, like, I don't understand how he escaped. How did he do it? How did he do it? Somebody friggin' tell me.
because I imagine on a regular like visit, there's probably stuff like that. It would be annoying to try and fall asleep to at night, but it would be extra annoying just being like on the two sides like of him and like across, just to have to fucking deal with regular Arkham like shenanigan noise and then him
Yeah.
fucking being a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, because like Joker and Two-Face are like across the aisle and they've got their hands over their heads like, oh my gosh, shut up. And he's like, but
Just
how did he do it? Because he's Batman, damn it.
so what would you give this episode out of five pyramid Rubik's cubes?
I am gonna give it a high 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was interesting to have this kind of like, what is the Riddler up to kind of angle. And it was a nice, like, it definitely has like some memorable moments for me, and it was a good guessing game. I still think it would have been cool to like see if like Riddler had something up with the toys, like if he was like, hiding weapons or like something with a like
Or
ulterior
that like
motive there.
yeah, or that had something going with her, or if he was just trying to throw off Batman's scent, or I figured that may have been something to try and have him like make some money for his next couple schemes or something. Because I imagine that sort of with all the supervillains, they probably have some sort of like they need to have some sort of ulterior come in just in case they get locked up and need some capital for the next scheme or whatever, unless they just go and steal or whatever, which is quite possible too. So, but yeah, so it might be just a thing just to have some extra money or to somewhat legitimize themselves. But yeah, I think I'll give it a 3.5 as well out of 5. As just because it was a good Riddler episode, just to show that he can't help but be himself, and there's some good for the series, so some good Riddler stuff in there. So I think I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 as well. All right, folks, that is the episode for this week. Thanks for joining us at the Batcave to talk about Batman the Animated Series. Next week's episode is A Second Chance, and I'm not totally sure what that episode is. It might be a Harley episode. You can actually say things.
Two-Face. I was trying to give you
The two. Okay, the Two Face. Okay, yeah. Okay,
trying to let you answer.
Okay. I know what episode it is then, yeah, because I didn't actually look it up beforehand. And you can follow us on Twitter/X at Beyond Backcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Backcast. We are on YouTube now, so give us a check. Give us a check us out there at youtube.com/ at Beyond the Backcast. Give us a rate, review, subscribe on there or wherever you find your podcast. It'll definitely help us out. And where can we find you on the internet, Brayton?
You can find me on my podcast, Fandom and Folklore, where we talk about fantasy movies and TV shows and the fandoms that follow them. And if you want to find out more about this show, go to Instagram, Beyond the Backcast. Click on our link tree and you can find our Discord to the Batcave.
And you can follow me at Stump Chunkman on Instagram. That is my personal account. I post there sometimes. And as I said, thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman the Animated Series at Beyond the Batcast. Goodbye, good chums. Kapow.